This is your podcast show. Yes, Super's Real Savage Talk. Relationships. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about love. We're talking about trust. We're talking about your feelings, my feelings, and everything above. Yeah. At 7 o'clock we talk about what makes love, what makes people just love one another. Yes, it's your girl Super Savage. The podcast, Super Real Savage Talks. Real love, I'll teach you how to be a boss. With my Super Real Savage Talk, man, always around with the best advice. Don't never think twice. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. I'm your host, Super Savage, and this is Real Super Savage Talks, guys. What's going on? It's Great Thursday. What's up? Today is the first of the month. It's the first of the month. And y'all know your bills is due. So I don't want to hear nothing about, hey, you have to do this or that. Make sure you take care of your business. Keep all your ducks in a row. So you ain't got to worry about no hater-o. Oh. Now you know I'm going to be hitting you with the rundown today. Today topic is about adoption and the process of adoption, and when do you think you should be able to adopt, or do you not agree with the rules? We're talking about adoption today, as well as quote of the day. Can't leave quote of the day out. And the lottery. Who thinks that they'll never win? All this and more on Super Real Savage Talks. You dig? We'll be right back. They are the best I ever had. Tune into my show. Give you the best advice about the relationships that you care about the most. Super Savage wants to know how your day are going, and how your weekend and your nights are flowing. You can always talk and listen to me. I'll keep secrets. I won't tell nobody. We are back, y'all. I'm your host, Super Savage. And today we're talking about adoption. When it comes to adoption, many birth parents, it be certain conditions that, you may choose or choose not to pursue giving your child up for a better living situation, or regardless of whatever the reasons are, which we'll go through later. But right now I want to tell you about Zachary Hamilton. He is 21 years old, and he just found out recently that his parents are not his. How do you tell someone that you're not their mom or dad? I can only imagine. When it comes down to, what boils down to it is, you want that person to know, of course. So, of course, he was crushed, and he didn't really understand. But you know what? He does not want to look for the birth mother. How do you deal with that when it boils down to it? There's pros and cons to abortion and adoption. Whichever people choose to do is their business. But with adoption, giving up your baby is it's a very important decision for your future and for your child's future. It's important to understand that you need to give that you don't have to give your baby up, that you could, you know, weather the storm with your child. This is a brave and loving choice that can impact others. You can help others as they cannot have their own kids. Um, but the whole thing I want to get, the whole reason why I did this topic is because I want to be able to see all aspects of it. So let's look at it from the parent stage. Okay. All right, so there's so many emotions going on with the parents. Let's just say you found out that you're pregnant. Most of the time, it's because of age. Age is a big reason why a lot of parents, young parents, have adoption process go on. Um, so imagine the emotions running in a 16 or 15-year-old child that's already struggling in today's society. So what emotions go through? Scared, worried, nervous, shock. I mean, you'd be surprised. Um, Very seldom do you see anyone that age very happy about it, because they're not really knowing about the life choices that they're making. When you lay down with someone unprotected, you can get diseases, pregnant, and these things are some things that it has to start from the home and in the schools and the churches, more sex awareness for kids. I just feel that you know the emotions run high. Okay, so that's a factor. Or maybe you are of age and you're an addict, or excuse me, or you are a person that really doesn't have the education to provide for the child. Um, or maybe you don't know how to love a child. Any way it goes, that is a big decision. Let's look at some pros and cons from the parents, the parents factor. Okay, so cons is, if you do a closed adoption, your child will never ever know. So you have to live with it for the rest of your life, knowing that you have a child out there, and that you can't pursue trying to know them. Um, the 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 other side of it is you can have an open adoption and be in the child's life consistently, and they will know you. Um, so that would be another hard decision for someone to make, because if you give me a choice to do that, then of course, yeah, I want to do that. I would want to have an open adoption if I was to have. So let's see. We talked about emotions. We talked about the pros and the cons. Okay, another pro and con is that um, if you have other kids that you did not give away, how do you explain that to them? You know, or before you gave this child up, if you had kids or did not have kids, how do you explain where that child went, and what and how do you say, well, why you didn't keep one and let the other one go? So those are factors that comes into play. On the other hand, you can help a couple that cannot have kids due to certain reasons. Maybe they're in a partnership of the same sex, or maybe something happened to the mother and she can't, her eggs or her egg count is low, or the father's sperm count is low. So I don't think of it as all a low loss. I think of it as, it depends on what's going on. I can't say that I'm certainly against it. Let me know how you feel. J Giles. I don't know why I keep saying J. Robin Buckley 18 at gmail.com, or The Real Super Savage, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Let me know what you think about that, because when it comes to, it's just one big decision after another. Okay, you decide I'm going to do it. Then, after you decide you're going to do it, then you decide what kind you're going to have, adoption you're going to have, and then you decide on how you're going to tell your family. So we always want to make sure that you pursue your goals when doing this, digitally, in the steps it's supposed to be taken. To make sure your baby will be safe, they always do a pre-qualifying family seeking search, and the adoption agency calls it the Act of Love Adoption, and it helps with birth mothers to find adoptive parents for their babies. All the families are qualified to meet the adoption laws that are required. You can also call a home study group that's provided by financially and emotionally to receive the baby, the child. There's different types of websites that you can go on if you're unfamiliar with this. They have financial assistance, housing, and medical expenses as well for you to check out. We'll be right back, Super Savage. Sit on your couch in the podcast lounge, and I pull up a chair and sit, and we can conversate and reminisce on times. If you got some time, stop by. This is the real, the savage, the super savage, the any way they gotta have it. The super real savage talk podcast. Listen to me every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm giving love advice, relationship advice, parenting advice. If you just want somebody to talk to. What's up? It's your host, Super Savage. Talking about adoption. And I was looking at Act of Love Adoption Agency. Giving Up the Baby for Adoption page, and they have a lot of different things, family, different content on here that's very, very useful. You can do financial help, you can do housing availability, and you can look at and see what families are waiting. So if you are looking into that, this is one site I do recommend. Their mission is to serve children, to help build loving families who share the joy of loving and living together. They have a wonderful, wonderful team. You can also donate. The founder is Kathy. She started off at doing the agency in 1993. She desired to help birth parents and babies to find loving homes. Kathy has 10-year-old, has 10 children. 8 of them are adopted. When you do the process, during the course of it, you'll have an opportunity to meet and form friendships with people that you're going to come in contact with during this process. With the birth parents, of course, with Miss Kathy. Of course, you get to share your stories and express your wishes, and it's a lifelong loving relationship. Isaac Thomas, he is the Chief Operations Officer, and he is basically the person that he does this, he does part of the clinical social work process, and he has 7 children, and 4 of them are adopted. If you are a family looking to adopt, I also recommend this website as well. Their They have adoptive parents and pregnant. So you got that 1-800-835 number 6360 for the women that are expecting the child, or you can text them at 801-450-0094, as well as the adoptive parents 1-888-767-7740. Donations to the Act of Love Adoption is in a service for today's children. It's a charitable nonprofit event agency, and their mission is to build loving families, to share love and live together. Donate. Go on this website. They have a wonderful, wonderful website. And they do financial aid. They do housing. I mean, they do everything that I mean, they make you feel like you're at home. You know what I'm saying? I love this website. I just became very attached to them. They understand that sometimes you receive financial that you're going to go through financial situations, and they're there to help. These funds, they got funds to carry out a pregnancy as safely as possible. You don't have to worry about the cost of pregnancy. The housing is also, they offer housing if you want to relocate. The idea that you can find peace while you are pregnant. Caseworkers and counselors are there around the clock. Housing is also to ensure the baby's safety in the environment. The medical expenses as well. They work with doctors. They will monitor your health and make sure that the mother is in the best hands. Another great benefit of choosing the Act of Love is that you can get a social worker who will help you through everything, all of the process. And the counseling is the key. You know, making sure your mind stays focused, and the process is much easier with a teammate by your side. When you decide to place the baby for adoption, you're going to have many questions and experiences, and that counseling, virtual and in person, is going to be there for you. Any type of pregnancy-related expenses are also going to be insured by this website, this company. And one of the most significant advantages of choosing this adoption agency is that they have a variety of adopted families, and you have your choice. You can look at different profiles, and you can chat with them before you even want to do anything as far as start looking at profiles. They even cover medical and legal fees. I like that. Now, to get assistance, you just go on there and you leave your contact information, email address, first and last name, and your best number. And they're help 24/7. So, yeah, the adoptive families can contact, like I said, 1-888-767-7740. And the email address is anactofloveadoptions.com. And if you are the birthing mother, call 1-800-835-6360, or you can text 801-450-0094 and email them at actofloveadoptions@yahoo.com. Whatever choice you make or decision you make, just know that there are people out there that will help you make the decision more comfortable for you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move on with the rundown. I like lotto tickets. Y'all like lotto tickets? Lottery to lottery. So many Americans play the lottery every single day. Most of the people lose, and most of them it's a slim chance they win. Every state has a different lottery law, okay, or as you could say, let's see, the way that they play. Every ticket is not the same. and every ticket has a different barcode number. Just imagine that. That's just wow. That's now, I'm going to do Arkansas. Although winning tickets must be validated through Arkansas Scholarship Lottery before the prizes are paid. You must be 18. Everybody knows that. What's up with these days? I'm seeing grown-ups give their underage kids lottery tickets. Now, and nice and fun, but that's gambling, and that's an addiction. And I refuse to give my child a lottery ticket. Yep. If you give them a lottery ticket, hey, might as well give them a cigarette too. That is just ridiculous. I mean, just think about it. You come home from work and your child got all your lottery tickets, scratching them off, putting them in the cigarette. Like, what the hell? You know, that's just a reason for it to be 18, guys. It's been a lot of underage gambling going on. You would think that people would understand, like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not understanding. You know, it's an addiction, like everything else. Underage people, excuse me. Underage people can sell lottery tickets if they meet the requirement. You got to be 14 or employed by a licensed lottery retailer in order to sell tickets. So you can sell. They got the kids selling tickets. The 21 minimum age requirement to purchase lottery tickets changed from 18 years of age, and that was in 1998. But what does it matter if they 14 and you can sell them suckers? That's crazy. Is it okay to buy your kids lottery tickets? I mean, really, just think about it. Don't buy the tickets for minors. Like, you can do anything. Get concert tickets. Get them a voucher. Get them a bank account. Get them gift cards. Hell, you just put the money in their hand. But do not start that mentality. Yeah. I don't really agree with that. They've been having in different states a lot of different underage kids being found with tickets. I don't know, they're stealing them and they're already out, stealing them from their mom or dad's, nightstand, and they're already scratched off and they just want to be cool. But, addiction is nothing cool about that. And gambling is an addiction. So. I was doing some research on this because it's just crazy to me that, this would even be us, talking about this. Be responsible and be regulated. Don't buy lottery tickets for minors. This is on the tickets.alc.ca website. When the holidays are approaching, the Atlantic Lottery would like to remind grown-ups to scratch all the tickets, products, and not give them as gifts. So this is going on here in the Atlantic Lottery. I can go get a lottery ticket, and I can sit in my car, and next thing you know, I look up, I've been in my car for 3 or 4 hours scratching off. I kid you not. And the time get away from you. You think you think that you've been there for just seconds. You scratch off one. Okay, you might win $10, $15. Okay, you could take that back in there, get half of it back, and then get that other half in tickets. You come back, get back in the car. Instead of driving off, you start scratching again. They have a law now that you cannot scratch off a ticket at the dang on counter, because people were scratching off tickets at the counter. Let me go ahead and buy this and scratch this. You'd be like, what the world? Go home and scratch your tickets, people. Be responsible. Be responsible. Do not scratch and drive. Sometimes people don't understand. But it's really an addiction, and knowing that kids are at risk for being um um you know preyed on and given these tickets to is horrible. I just feel like, don't add something else to the child's life. It's already stressful, COVID-19, and they're not going to school. Just imagine a kid having a gambling addiction. They still got your still going to somebody, selling them on the corner. Let me get two crosswords. Like, no, I just don't agree with that. Knowing that there's people out there doing that, it just makes it frustrating and makes me really upset. They're going too far. If you are a gambler and you need some help, which just imagine you and your child is in Gambling Anonymous. Just imagine that. Yeah, we both need some damn help. That is crazy. If you need help with gambling, you want to stop gambling. I just can't get that off my mind. That's just really crazy. If you have any problems with gambling, they got a lot of different outreach programs. Treatments for compulsive gambling may be included, may be an approach to it. Therapy, medications, but yeah, we don't want to get the kids. Help by state. Go to National Counseling on Problem with Gambling.org. Also, treatment it varies. How can you really understand how bad a person is gambling? www.helpguide.org will be able to also help with gambling addiction and problems. Just don't give them to the kids, y'all. Give them to the kids. Let the kids go out with the kids. I'm going to give you the gambling hotline, and we're going to do Quote of the Day. The gambling hotline phone number is 1-416-499-9800. Also, 1-800-522-4700. If you have a problem, please go get help. And do not take the kids down with you. Don't do that. They can get you in a lot of trouble. Also, the national helpline is 1-800-662-HELP, which is 4357. If you see anything like that going on, stop it, okay? When we return, Quote of the Day. Super Real Savage Talk Podcast. Listen to me. Yeah, at 8 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, 7 to 7:30. Whenever we start, but it's gonna be for the best that you listen. Super Savage got that. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for your relationship advice. It's time to listen. It's time to get some advice about your situations at your work and at your house and at your wherever you want it to be. I can give advice to you. This is Super Savage, Super Real Savage Talk Podcast. Come in at 7, sometimes at 8 o'clock. I will have the hottest interview. Yeah, Super Savage. I'm back. And we are wrapping it up, doing Quote of the Day. And we're going to do Quote of the Day about life. A simple hello could lead to a million things. Also quotes by, let's see here, Maya Angelou. I love Maya Angelou. Give it up. So we're gonna do a couple of quotes from her today. I'm still stuck on that gambler. Still stuck on it. I don't know. I'm gonna always be stuck on it. When it comes to that, that's just crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And we're gonna do Phenomenal Woman. And Still I Rise. Let's see here. I normally have this together, guys. I'm normally not. Just like Alright. I think that the reason why I want to do Still I Rise is because of the fact that, adoption can put wear and tear on a mother, just to be able to, go through something like that. I believe that you need something strong like that. You know what I'm saying? Something strong like that. So that's why I want to do Still I Rise. So we're gonna do it. Okay, here we go. I guess we're gonna do it. It's so crazy. They're not gonna let me do Still I Rise? This is some crazy mess, you guys. That's really crazy. I want to say Still I Rise. I'm gonna do Still I Rise. Sure is. Okay, let's see here. This is some weird stuff's going on here with my computer. You would think I would know this. How rude. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Yeah. So we're going to do some quotes from Still I Rise. Sun, shine on me, sunshine, rain on me. Rain falls softly, dewdrops, and cool my brow again. Storm, blow me from here with your fiercest wind. Let me float across the sky till I rest again. Fall gently, snowflakes cover me with white, icy kisses, and let me rest tonight. And still I rise. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Super Real Savage Talks. We will join again tomorrow. And once again, love one another, treat each other right, and most of all, love yourselves. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful night.
Have the hottest interviews, have the hottest Q&A, have the hottest birthday celebrate, have the hottest parties, have a heart to heart when you're feeling lonely. I'm Super Savage, the podcast with a lot of heart, Super Real Savage Talk.